It's the Joseph Bristol Show.
If you enjoy the video, hit the like. If you want to see more, be sure to subscribe.
Welcome to another episode of the Joseph Bristol Show, where I share with you my personal thoughts and ideas on various different topics and subjects. And I guess we talk about them in the comments below. But on today's episode, I want to talk about relationships again. I know the last couple of episodes have strictly been about relationships, but different types of relationships or interactions in relationships and things like that. So today I'm going to go a little bit further when it comes to the relationship thing. And really what I'm talking about is the different types of relationships that can be interacted. And when I'm talking about relationship, I don't mean like friendship and, companionship. Well, yeah, I guess kind of am talking about companionship, but I'm talking about like relations, like when you are intimate with another person, right? So the types of relationships that I'm going to be touching on today are two. And those two types are if you're in a relationship with somebody for the benefit, right? Or if you're in a relationship with somebody for love because you like them and then that like turns into love. And before we jump into those two things, like the pros and the cons and those two types of interactions, they are intertwinable. So you can be with somebody in the beginning because you love them and you cherish them. And then as time progresses, you're only with them because of the benefit that they provide for you. And then, of course, you can be with somebody just for the benefit in the beginning, and then as time goes on, you kind of fall in love with that person. So they are interchangeable, they are intertwinable, as well as it's important to understand that either one of these types of relationship beginnings is okay. There's absolutely nothing wrong with either one of them. And I am a supporter of the naked hustle. I support those things. I don't encourage them. I definitely don't suggest any woman or any person in general, male or female, get into that type of working industry. But if that's what you're into, if that's what helps you to survive and live a life that you want to live, amen, more power to you. You know what I mean? But with that being said, let's just jump into it, right? So the first thing I want to start off with is relationships for the benefit of being with somebody else, right? So what am I talking about? I'm talking about, and it's important to understand that in order for you to do this, in order for you to be with somebody, be in a relationship for the benefit of it, it's important that you understand what you want out of life, right? You got to understand what you want out of life. And you also have to understand what you provide to someone else. What is your benefit? What is your purpose to another human being, right? To another person. That way you can know, all right. So it's kind of like if you're applying for a job, if you've never been to college, obviously you're not going to apply to be a doctor at a hospital because you understand that you don't have those qualifications. You don't have that type of benefit to the hospital. If you did apply for a job at the hospital, you wouldn't go to be a doctor or a nurse or even a surgical technician. You would apply to be like a janitor or a cook at the hospital because you just want to work at the hospital, but you understand that you're not qualified to receive the benefit, certain types of benefit from the hospital, right? And then with that being said, before we kind of go a little bit deeper into this whole thing, it's important that everybody understands that I am a proponent of, I believe that relationships should better our lives. They should increase the value of our lives. So if you're a lone individual by yourself and you're single, then your life should get better year over year because you are actively working to better your life, right? But if you are in a relationship with somebody, right, then your life should definitely get better year over year, or else what is the purpose of being with that other person? Because that's where the phrase, I can do bad all by myself, comes from. If I'm struggling to pay my rent, well, why am I with somebody? You know what I mean? Why am I with somebody if my phone went off? But why am I with somebody if I am struggling to pay my rent? That doesn't make any sense. That's the purpose of a team. It's like being on a team and you keep losing. Eventually, you're going to want to get traded from that team. You're going to want to go play for another team because we're not winning. We're losing every single game. I'd rather win a Super Bowl. I got to go to another team, right? A couple of things that I like about being in a relationship for the benefit of the other person, right? So again, what am I talking about? And usually relationships are very different. Everybody values different things. They want different types of benefits out of life. But we're just going to go with the most simplest things here, right? We have girl A, who all she wants is to live a decent life. She just wants to be able to have a place to sleep at night, know that there's food in her stomach, and to know that, you know, she doesn't have to work. She can work if she wants, but she doesn't have to work. And that's all she wants out of life. She doesn't want anything else, right? She doesn't need to be rich or take trips or have, you know, red bottom shoes and apple bottom pants and all kinds of crap. She doesn't care about that. She just wants those three basic things. And then you have guy B or guy A, who is content with just, you know, physical gratification. Like, that's really all he wants a girlfriend for. He doesn't really care about anything else. He just wants to know that after he gets off of a hard day of work, there's somebody there to pleasure him in the ways that he wants to be pleasured, right? So these two people would kind of be perfect for each other. Why am I saying that, right? Because remember, they understand, one, what they're bringing to the table, and they understand, two, what they want from another person. So they understand, hey, listen, I'm guy A. I have a job. I have a place to live. I will support you financially. And all I require from you is this. And she, as a woman, is like, yo, I don't want to work. You have the things that I desire, a place to live, a car to drive, food in my stomach. And all I have to do is give you, you know, my body, essentially. But I like you anyways. I think you look good. I like the way you look. I like your personality. I can, even if she doesn't like him, she can tolerate him, because that's the next thing, right? Which is why I say that I don't really support, I support the naked hustle, but why I say I wouldn't tell anybody to go out and do that, because when you are doing the naked hustle for the money, it doesn't matter if you think that person's ugly or their breath stink or whatever. Because you're in it for the money, you're most likely going to do it anyways, because it's like, yo, I need the money, right? Now, of course, you can be selective on, you know, what money you're taking, but let's be serious. When you go into McDonald's, they're not like, oh, well, we're not going to serve you because you're 5 foot tall, you know what I'm saying? Or we're not going to give you a cheeseburger because you're ugly. No, they're serving everybody. Maybe they have rules like no shirt, no service, no shoes, no service, little crap like that. But majority of the time, everyone eats. Even when racism was alive, the businesses that was like, oh, you're black, you can't eat here, they went out of business because they wasn't making no money. But the businesses that was like, yeah, we don't really like black people, but guess what? You got money. Come on in. We're going to feed you. You know what I mean? They survived. They thrived. They continued to make money. So I'm just saying that to say that regardless of how you may feel about a person, you're still going to do it because it's worth the money. Now, when it comes to the benefit, you're in a relationship for benefit, it's kind of the same, but it's not, because you can be more selective. You can say, well, I'm not going to do, you know, certain things because, yeah, I want the benefit, but I still don't want to lose my soul chasing after the benefit, if that makes sense, right? Beautiful thing about benefit, being in a relationship for the benefit, is you can be exactly who you are. There's no changing or adjusting because they know what time it is, right? You know the purpose of the relationship, because it's like, okay, I know for a fact as long as I keep making money, she's going to stay. When I ain't got no money, she's going to leave. That's so you already have in your mind, I have to keep making money to maintain this relationship. Nothing wrong with that. You already had in your mind that you was going to keep making money regardless. So what's the problem here, right? And of course, you can dictate, both parties can dictate the requirements for the relationship. I require A, B, and C in order for you to get X, Y, and Z, right? And of course, the other person is saying, all right, well, I want X, Y, and Z, and I will give you A, B, and C. Or I'm not going to give you A, B, and C. I'm going to give you E, F, G. And then the other person has to say, well, I don't want E, F, G. I want A, B, and C. And since you're not providing that, move on to the next one. Again, remember, in my mind, I view relationships like jobs. You go on these interviews, dates, and you are essentially telling the other person, hey, listen, this is me. These are my qualifications. This is what I'm bringing to the table. Do you want to hire me as an employee to fill that position that you're looking to be filled? Now, that's kind of what the benefits. This is most likely going to have to be a 2-part video, or else it'll be super long. So let's get into the love part, right? Now you're in a relationship for love. So you see somebody, you like the way that person looks. You start to talk to them. You like their personality. You like the type of person that they are. So now you have to, with liking the person and who they are, you're going to get into accepting them for who they are. So let's say you like the way they look, you like the person for who they are, you get to know them, you like them even more, you fall in love, and you don't even care that they work at McDonald's. You don't even care that they still live with their mom. Because you like who they are and you met them this way, it wouldn't necessarily be fair for you to expect more out of them or expect them to change. Because remember, you're not in this for the benefit. You're not in this because, oh, he might be somebody better. He might become a rapper or a movie star, or he might go to college and get a degree and make more money, and now we can live a better life. You're not in it for that. Because remember, you like them for who they are. You fell in love with them for who they are. So a relationship for love is more about accepting another person's flaws and not really requiring them to improve. Now, in my mind, love is a little more complicated than that, because if you love somebody, you would expect them to be better. You would hold them to a higher standard, right? So I love my kids. I expect them to get A's, maybe B's, but mainly A's in school. I expect them to go out, work hard, get a scholarship. I expect them to live up to my expectations, right? I expect certain things. It's the same thing if you're with somebody. If you don't expect that person to be better than they were yesterday, then is that really love? Because even God expects us to be better. God expects us to increase our value to the world, to help people, to be better humans, to be more spiritual, to gain more closeness to Him, to actively work towards, loving God in the way that He desires to be loved and worshiped, right? So it's the same thing as human beings. If you love somebody, wouldn't you expect them to be better, to be wiser and stronger? That at the same time, love is accepting somebody for who they are. So that's why I was saying that the two are they can be intertwined and mixed together. But to me, if you are going to get into a relationship, again, this is all just my opinion, I think that our society, the world, would be better if we got together for benefit. You know what I'm saying? Because one, it would help people to understand their value instantly. Because now it's like, yo, I like this girl. She looks good. Let me go talk to her. Hey, how you doing? You're talking to her and she lets you know all the top. Hey, listen, I don't want to work. If I do work, I want to be able to, spend my money on nice things. Or let's say you do meet a girl and she's like, yo, I don't mind working, but I want 3 kids or 5 kids by the time I'm 30. I want to live in a big house, at least 7 bedrooms. I want to make $100,000 a year. I want a man who's going to pay 60% of the bills and I'll pay the other 40. I want to be showered with gifts at least, once a month. I want a gift. She has the requirements for what she wants in a relationship. She knows exactly what she wants, and she's stating that. You as the man, you got to automatically, as soon as you hear that stuff, you're saying to yourself, I can't do any of those things. I work at McDonald's. I'm not trying to go to college. I don't want to go to school. I don't want to, I don't want to have to pay majority of the bills and a woman is there. I don't want to do that. So, you know what? I like the way you look, but I'm good. I can't deal with a chick like that. I'm not qualified. I'm not qualified to hold the management position for this job. You know what I'm saying? I could be a janitor. I could be your sideline. I could be your boy toy. I could be your sugar baby, but I can't be the manager of this job. You know what I mean? And that is essentially how we could make a better society, which is why I actually like arranged marriages. I always thought it was dumb that we got rid of that. But that's why did we get rid of arranged marriages? Because our society started pushing more on this idea of love, being with someone you love. Oh, I love him, so I want to be with him. Even though your parents have already picked out a good family, a man with prospects, because they're not letting you pick somebody because they look good. They're looking at the family. They're saying to themselves, well, this boy looks like he's going to go to college. His parents went to college. We went to college. We make $100,000 a year. His family makes $100,000 a year. We want you to be with this type of person. And then you would be with that person. And so the family benefits off of ensuring that their social status continues to increase in society, as opposed to you make $100,000, your wife makes $100,000, you have a kid, your kid goes to college, they meet some burger flipper or drug dealer, and you know what I mean, they decide, oh, I want to be with the drug dealer. And you're like, yo, why would you do that? You have a college degree, you're, whatever, you're a doctor, you're a lawyer, you're a judge. Why the hell would you be with this guy who's a drug dealer? That doesn't make any sense. He has no prospects for the future. That just seems like idiocracy, you know what I mean? But again, I love him. So to me, benefits they trump love automatically. Or let's say you meet somebody and you love them, but like I said, you are a person who has high expectations out of life. So you can continue to thrive for what you want and better yourself, but at the same time, you're with somebody who doesn't want better. So eventually you're going to hit a point where it's like, okay, I'm striving for better. I'm doing better. I'm improving my life. You don't want to do that. I can't stay with you because you holding me back. You slowing me down. You don't want nothing. So now we met working at McDonald's. We both thought this was cool. I woke up one day, I decided to go to college to become a lawyer. You still work at McDonald's. Now we're older. I'm a lawyer. You working at McDonald's and you don't want better? And I'm supposed to be like, okay, yeah, I'm going to stay with you because I love you. How can I love you and I didn't expect better out of you? That doesn't make any sense. Same thing with if you see somebody, you're with somebody and you notice that now they smoking crack, gambling, they are just absolutely destroying their lives. They're eating junk food every day and their health is deteriorating. What type of love is it that you would watch them do that and not say anything? You're not going to be like, hey, I don't think you should smoke crack or eat that junk food. I think you should. I don't think, you're not going to say anything. You're just going to watch them destroy themselves and say that that's love. It just doesn't make any sense. So a relationship for love without any higher expectations or without any specific desire for a benefit from the person is dumb. It is a waste of your life and that person's life. You're not helping them do anything. But if you have a relationship built specifically on this is what I desire, this is what I require, these are the benefits that I give to you and what I expect you to benefit me with, that can be something that can build a better life for both people, so that even if the relationship ends one day, it won't make a difference because you will have been gaining the benefit that you desired all that time, and so will they. So when the split happens, you're not going to be so, oh, my life is falling apart. No, you got what you wanted all that time. Now it's time for something else, something new, something different, because change is inevitable. I'm going to make a part 2 to this. I just had to talk on this a little bit. The difference between a relationship for love and a relationship for the benefit of the other person, right? Because everybody has to have value. Everybody has to have worth. And it's important that each one of us as an individual stop and ask ourselves, what is my value? What is my worth? What do I bring to the table? Or am I the table? You know what I mean? So thanks for watching another episode of the Joseph Bristol Show. Let's all remember, man, we all out here just trying to survive and be happy. Y'all stay blessed.